Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a setup for a large game I'm going to be doing now. It's going to be 4,000 versus 4,000 versus 4,000. And the whole idea is Super Orc, dead or alive, and the whole idea where there's a bounty out on his head, and they found him at this one Stabby Stabby Clan, which they know is going to be rich anyway, so, you know, trying to hit two birds, one stone. The bounty hunters are coming to loot the tribe and to kill Super Orc. So the way it's going to work is that the 4,000 points of Orcs are already deployed. We have a wolf chariot, some night goblin archers. There'll be fanatics and all night goblins. 25 orcs with shields, 20 savages. I got there'll be 4 bolt throwers going across the back. Then I got 20 black orcs, 2 units of 20 night goblin spearmen, board chariot, 8 trolls. Then there is my pump wagon. There's those snotlings I was talking about. Then I have the 20 orcs, savages with spears. In there I'm going to have a level 4 orc shaman and also my war boss. That's going to be my general with the wizard hat. And pretty much it's just a mirror on the other side there. It's exactly the same. And so I'm already deployed. The bounty hunters are going to be deploying down here. This is a 5 by 9 table, so one bounty hunter will be here, other one will be there. They get to go up to this impassable terrain up to 18 inches up. My stuff is up to 2 feet up. They'll roll off, you know, whoever wins will go first and deploys everything first. And yeah, then they'll be coming out at me. So it'll be basically Bounty Hunter 1, Bounty Hunter 2, and then myself. Now this is going to be 6 turns, and the way this will work is that you can charge these huts just like buildings. You don't go inside, they're not buildings, they can't, you know, put anyone inside there. But as soon as they make that charge, they loot it on a 2+, and on a 1, they find Super Orc, and basically they count as charging each other. Once it's looted to one side, I'll just turn the house to face the side that actually has it. If it's facing the one bounty hunter, the other one can go after it, and then I'll face it towards them. And really at the end, between the bounty hunters, whoever has the most points, which is 1 for each looted hut, and then 2 for having killed Super Orc, the one that's highest between them will win. And for myself, I only win if Super Orc is still alive. So should be interesting, should be fun. Really at this point here, I'm kind of like the punching bag. You know, I should be really getting beat up by a lot of stuff, but either way, you know, this should be a really fun game, and we'll catch you right away here with their armies.
30 archers, 60 swordmasters, full command, banner of the world dragon.
Come on. Put yourself into it, David.
Yeah. Enthusiasm.
I'm excited about that.
Teclis, Lariel, BSB.
A little bit danger.
20 Phoenix Guard, full command. 30 White Lions, full command. Bolt Thrower. 2 Eagles. 30 Sea Guard with Core Hill. And 2 squads of 5 Reavers.
Alright, so that's Bounty Hunter 1. What do you have over here for Bounty Hunter 2?
Okay, I have the Steam Tank Horatio, followed up by, I guess I shouldn't jump around, cannon over here. The great swords are hanging out this way, and they have the mighty Witch Hunter that has come along to slay Super Orc here today. There he is hanging out in the front.
It's not going to happen.
Vanguarding in front of them, some Outriders, or sorry, some Pistoliers rather. Here's my boss man, riding the Pope Mobile, Arch Lector. Backing it up, some crossbows, 10 of them. Within this mix, these are the Inner Circle Knights. There are 11 of them, but they're accompanied by both a Warrior Priest and Grand Master. This is the Hurricanum, also known as the Ice Cream Cart. And tucked in behind there, the Hellblaster and a Master Engineer, making it work properly. In front of them, skirmishing archers, which are a detachment to this unit of halberdiers. I should back up and say there's a metal wizard that I've tucked onto the end of the skirmishers. The battle standard is in here. I have a Pegasus captain, and then 10 lonely handguns. Towards the back of the board, another cannon, and then these are 6 Reichsguard, led by Outriders. 5 of them in front. I also have 10 knights coming in reserve from way over there.
Alright, so we'll jump up. The High Elf Bounty Hunters will be going first, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're going to try this here, going 8 times speed. We'll see how it goes. But the high elves got to go first. It's really just a general advance. And then we're just talking about how to do the magic phase. So we're actually doing it like Triumph and Treachery, where you pick one guy who you're mainly going after, and that person will get all the dispel dice. So I was just going to split them between the two other players, but that seems to be a good idea. And going up against the queen there, Ariel, and also Teclis. Yeah, the high elves are definitely the scary ones to be going after. So for the most part here, he's getting buffs off onto his sword masters. I don't really care about that because I don't stand a chance in hell in beating that unit unless I dwellers them multiple times. But yeah, they have a 2+ ward or whatever. Actually, no, I guess that doesn't work against it. But still, it's a pretty damn serious unit. So what happened here is he lit the one unit of orcs on fire. They failed their panic, and they're going back there and running. Otherwise, he's doing some shooting, killed one wound to my chariot, solid bolt, and now we're on to the Empire turn. So he charged into one building and another building. Neither of them have Super Orc in him, but he has that so far. And he's kind of going to be a little bit more cautious here with his advance. So where the High Elves are kind of pushing up with impunity, the Empire is being a little bit more careful about the ranges and stuff because they're not the massive units of sword masters or bricks like that where, yeah, go ahead and charge me. We don't care. We're just going to crush you anyway. So here it turns out that one forest is going to be a blood forest. Won't come up, but just let you know that we did roll for it. Going through his magic phase isn't going to be doing too much, I thought, until he went and he got off the whole Hurricanum thing and rolled a 6, so he destroys that chariot, scares these night goblins, they run over, scares some more night goblins, scares some orcs, and all of a sudden my whole right flank is basically running away. So that was problematic, but you know what, I can rally, I can come back, it's okay. And I mean, one of the things that's nice is that since he was being a little bit more cautious and staying back, I will have a chance to rally. But, hey, you know, if I fail those, I'm not in leadership bubble or anything like that, so that could be pretty bad. So I believe here now, he's just going to do some cannons, but in the very beginning, my regens were just saving everything. So that was no problem whatsoever. Otherwise, just doing a little bit more shooting from his handgunners and stuff like that. So, you know, a few guys dying here and there, but that's basically it. So at this point here, I start doing some animosity. All I got was some 6s, so some extra movement. So that's all good. Stupidity is all passed. I'm going to be doing a few charges into stuff like here going into his Pistoliers or his Outriders. But when they fled through a Fanatic and were destroyed. So, haha, I actually destroyed something. Otherwise, I do a little bit of rallying. Some of the stuff just runs off the table. But, whatever, it'll be all right. On the left there, I actually failed animosity, so the Night Goblins had the charge in the Swordmasters. Did not want that, but whatever. The Trolls could have gone into the Pistoliers, but then I'd be charged by his army. So I want to kind of really keep my central core safe, so those Trolls will be holding back as long as possible. So otherwise, I'm just kind of doing some ineffectual magic. We forgot about Fanatics here, but like some of the ones with their scatter, so that's why I'm just kind of backtracking. But yeah, really, my bolts didn't do anything, my magic didn't do anything, and that's really it. So now we're on to turn 2, and in come his guys, and it's going to be bad. His Phoenix Guard, his White Lions, getting into my Black Orcs and my Night Goblins and stuff like this, and oh, yeah, we're just going to be cut down like nothing. So his reserves start coming on the left side there, too. He has his what are the spearmen that have bows? I can't remember their names right now, but he also has an eagle coming on and also some reavers. Kind of the idea with these reserves is it also gives you a chance to get to the other side of the board a lot easier. So he's not using it so far, but you know, it can help him get to those huts, and his other stuff can go the other way. But it probably would have been better to go on the other side. Meanwhile, you know, his nasty magic phase keeps on burning me, and you know, I have to do my best I can just to make sure that some of his guys won't have flesh to stone and all this stuff. It's a little bit difficult, but yeah, now we're just going to be rolling up these combats, and after he's done shooting at me and the people that are over there. And in the combats, yeah, I mean, we're just completely outclassed. I thought, you know, maybe the Black Orcs can kill a fair number or something, but, I mean, really, when he goes in there and he kills oh man, I mean like a dozen of my Black Orcs. I just can't compete with that kill ratio, right, for the combat res. So I'll kill a few back, but it's just not enough. So yeah, the Night Goblins, they're off and running. Black Orcs were caught, so they're completely gone. Just gonna throw them in the bin there. And yeah, my left flank is, whereas the right flank was falling apart because we're all running, on the left flank it's falling apart because we're all just getting destroyed. So that's kind of bad. Going into this game, I kind of really knew that I was going to be the punching bag. It's really just going to be an interesting scenario. Hopefully I get Super Orc fighting something a little bit easier, and then I can fly around and away, but we'll have to get in to see what happens. So now we're on to Empire. The stuff you'd like to kill is probably all fleeing or running away, so he's just kind of repositioning. Of course, those knights have to be very careful of either the trolls or the Black Orcs, so being a little bit careful there and trying to whittle me down. But however, again, like, you know, he's not getting very far out, so where you kind of need to get out there, the steam tank is going to plow into my pump wagon, and yeah, that's quite the mismatch. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, one of the things I was kind of really hoping here is with this deployment that the two of them would be fighting at that opening there between us, but really the High Elves just sped off, and Empire's further back. So I'm really just fighting this two fronts, whereas I was going to hope that they're going to be fighting each other too, but Meanwhile, I forgot to say, his reserves came up, and they're on the far left there. He's going to take some cannon shots at me. Again, my regen's doing fairly well to keep me safe there. Luckily, his magic, nothing happening there other than, say, like ward save or something like that going on to the Great Swordsman. And that's really it, you know, just kind of moving up, trying to shoot a little pigeon bomb, doesn't work. And some little shots with some of his archers and his handgunners killing the odd guy, but that's really it. Not too bad. So now we're going to be going over to my side. I'll be rolling all these animosities and stuff, and I would love to get into those steam tanks, but I still have failed stupidity on Leadership 9 on both troll units. So whereas I thought I'd get into that steam tank and destroy it, no, it's not going to happen. So very unfortunate. You know, I could have always taken a BSB, but I didn't do it, so there you go. Doing some charges here, just trying to get into the fight. These guys on the far left failed their animosity, had to charge. Only one they could go after was the Reavers. They failed. I got my Savages into the Phoenix. I got my Night Goblins into the little Night Bus over here. And then the Orcs failed into the Cactuses. Otherwise, is doing some other movement and rallies and fanatics and stuff like that. Good to see that some of my units are actually going to rally and come up here to fight and stuff. Powerful snotlings are going to be marching forward. And after some, you know, misses with these bolt throwers, I don't think that my spear chuck has hit anything the entire game, so we can kind of almost just ignore them for the rest of the game. But now we're going to start doing some fights, and I know some of them are bad, some of them are okay. I don't know how, I mean, if I get lucky, I can maybe kill these Phoenix Guard and do very well. My Orcs did get into these Pistoliers here, and they'll be able to run into the Knights after. That's going to be pretty nice. But over here, I'm starting to see already how I'm going to be killed off pretty badly. These High Elves just outclassing my Orcs, because, you know, we're not biggins or anything. I almost got confused at the start, too. Like, oh, yeah, I'm strength 5, whip skill 4. Oh, no, I'm not biggins. So, yeah, my Savages all get slaughtered and run down by the Phoenix Guard, so that's not good. Over here, or I think we're doing the... I'm not sure if we're doing the Pistolier. Oh, we're doing the Pistolier one. So I kill almost all of them. A couple of them get away, but I do overrun into the flank of the Knights. So that's going to be good because maybe I'll beat them, but if nothing else, I'm going to hold them up. Over here, really hoping my Night Goblins can beat these Knights, but unfortunately, he's going to roll pretty good, and he's going to kill enough guys. I'm going to lose combat, and yeah. Then they're all dead. So, yeah, whatever. They're Night Goblins. It's not many points. So now it's the turn 3, so all the rest of the reserves are coming automatically. And now these other High Elf ones are coming on this side, which will really be helping them a lot. Eagle, another Reaver unit, so hopefully, you know, for him, he's going to be trying to get in there and kill all this stuff and things. Right now, he's just going and flaming my guys. So actually, no, he charged my Orcs, and to live, I ran through his Swordmasters and lost no one to dangerous terrain for like 20 guys. So that was pretty lucky. Otherwise, he's just, you know, getting around, seeing who's going to kill with magic this time. But I believe this is actually a magic phase I got through without losing anything. So that's pretty nice. Meanwhile, you can see the Empire guy is going through my Tomb King bits. He's going to go and try and make a Hero Titan. If you don't know, that's Kieran from the channel Kieran Dunlevy. So I'm sure he's going to have some crazy new Tomb King stuff coming up here. But anyway, that's just a little aside. Meanwhile, the High Elves are still shooting me and trying to beat me up and stuff. I don't believe we have any combats here. He's just trying to hit me with magic and all of the rest of it. But I believe he failed some spell, and that's the reason why I got through this one. Although we seem to be rolling lots of dice, so something's going on. Oh, he just killed a few of my orcs here. Yeah, sorry, the flames killed almost all the orcs. Yeah, so much for me getting out of this unscathed. Yeah, all that big block in the back there just got reduced to 4, and now they're running, so, yeah. Oh, well. That's the thing, like, who really cares? 25 orcs, we were going to die to his elites anyway, so, whatever. So yeah, he's coming in here. He's now just reforming to look at buildings so he can start looting them and claiming that stuff. Now we're on to Empire again, just making up some steam points and stuff. He is a little bit damaged because actually the High Elf player went and shot him with his repeater bolt thrower, took off a good old 3 wounds. So that's going to help, although now that steam tank's going to come plowing into me. He charges with his knights into the eagle. The eagle flees, so now he's going to be able to go into the knights. Over here, his archers charge into my orcs. Now, when we roll these dangerous terrains, he's going to roll horrible, and 4 of his knights are going to die. So really bad luck for him. The knight little bus over here is going to go into the eagle and then overrun to the reavers. So much for those reserves coming in. And yeah, with the panics before, he had his archers and his level 4 running, and they didn't rally, and they went off the board. So that's bad for them. He is here now going into my trolls with a steam tank, and I should be okay. I'll puke on him, bring him down, and if needed, I could probably get the other trolls into it too. So I actually have the tools I need to deal with the steam tank, so this isn't actually all that bad. His magic phase without the level 4 is a little bit lacking, so he's going for some buffs. And one of the things that's actually going to come up here is, you know how you fail a cast of a 1 or 2? I went to the spell, and with the +4, I was like, oh, I'm going to stop this automatically. But I actually didn't know that if you roll a natural 1 or 2 for dispelling, that you also automatically fail to dispel. So he gets through the rerolls to wound, so that's going to kind of hurt in that combat. But yeah, just, you know, always good to learn something new. So there you go, a little bit of having to pull out the rule books. Over here, he's just doing a little bit more shooting to me with his pistol and stuff like that. And now we're going to get into combats. So on the far side, he actually challenges with Corhill. And this is going to be great because Corhill goes, he makes all of his armor saves with his unit champ, and then kills Corhill. You know, he has a 1 wound from the champ, 1 wound from the horse, and he kills Corhill. So that was ridiculous. He actually fails his break test, but the BSB is there, so he's able to pass. Oh, that could have been so epic. Just the knights going in the flank, killing Corhill, running down the unit, but no, it didn't happen. And now with those spearmen reform, they're probably going to fall down eventually. Meanwhile, he beats the eagle, overruns into the knights, and now we're doing our combat here, and I'm starting to realize that he moved over his 2 characters, his Grandmaster and his Warrior Priest, and I'm realizing, yeah, there's no way I'm going to get any wounds through. He's going to have enough combat rise with the flanks and stuff, because, I mean, I could attack the archers, but by the time I swing, only 2 of them can do it. So, yeah, they are broken and ran down by the archers. But, hey, you know, I've been holding them down, right? These Empire guys haven't been getting into my lines too badly so far. So, as far as, you know, playing my role in this game, I'm doing fairly well there, where I'm, you know, as opposed to being overran by the High Elves on the other side. I tried doing something here with a Snotlings charge a greatsword so that the trolls can go into the flank. Snotlings fail the charge, so that's not going to do anything. Animosity, stupidity, all fine this time. My little bus there in the back with my level 4 and Morco, the war boss, the Wizard Hatch, kind of turning over to look. And I believe I actually get off, what is it? No, I think I tried for the Dwellers Below, but I fail it this time. Because I have the Lore of Life, and it's pretty cool having an orc with Dwellers Below. But I fail it, so whatever, I can always try again. I don't rally with the 1 orcs who are on fire. They're still dying and all that fun stuff. But really, I'm just kind of not doing too much this turn, right? Still wanting to hold the Black Orcs for when the Knights come in, and we're already back to the High Elves here. So they're starting to come in with all their Sword Masters and stuff like that. He's going to be going into the buildings too and charging in. And he's going to be fighting Super Orc. And Super Orc is going to be fighting, that big block of the White Lions. So that is not the fight that I'd like to have Super Orc in. You know, if I was to fight something like the Reavers or something like that, that'd be the good idea. But no, I'm going to be fighting the White Lions, and that means that he's going to die. So poor Super Orc. You know, just the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, over here, he's going to beat those Reavers. He's just going to be running away from the Orcs. He could just charge me, but why even bother, right? Just take off, go after some other objective, and yeah, otherwise, just my guys are dying and trying to hold my center there. So there's me showing a little tear as Super Orc dies. I had high hopes for him, but like I said, bunch of strength 6 attacks on the stubborn unit, not going to go well. He even had the spell on them so that we had equal weapon skill. So, unfortunate. I'll get some revenge though, so don't worry. So, I believe now here we're back to the... Let's see. This will now be the Empire side. So we're just working out the combats on the far side where, you know, the Knight's fighting those spearmen. It's going to be a slow grind. He went and actually exploded with the steam tank because he was going to die anyway. So it's one of those tricks where, hey, I'll go for max steam points. Oh, no, I exploded. And he actually took a troll with him. So, hey, you know, it's better than what would have happened normally because he just would have done one engineer attack and died. Otherwise, he's coming in here with his great swords. They're going to come into my snotlings and beat me pretty easily. He was going for a combo charge here onto my orcs. He failed with the halberdiers, so that meant that to maximize, the knights had to go through the fanatics. So that killed a couple. You know, did something. It was all right. Meanwhile, he's just doing more of an advance with everything else. But at this point here, where we're getting to turn 4, you know, his guys really need to be further up to try and capture more of these huts. You know, if you want to capture the huts on the opposite side, you really had to be a lot more aggressive. So, one of the things, I mean, I'm already looking back on the way I'm making these scenarios and stuff like this and wondering if that was a little bit too wide of the board or what another way to mitigate this. But either way, that's the way it is. And of course, the high elf player has a bit of advantage here because he has the +2 points for killing Super Orc. So already, I mean, just a tie, Kieran's the Empire player is going to have to make sure to capture 2 more huts than the high elves. So that's going to be pretty tough. I mean, if his knights were to actually break the Sea Guard, that's their name, the Sea Guard, then they could have come around and started capturing and making a mess there, but they got stalled, so that's the way it goes. These orcs here fighting the knights, they're going to be beaten up pretty good. The snotlings, of course, just all crumbled. He overran into the trolls, so I'm going to roll my dice, see that I did nothing, and then I'll get ran down. So, more orcs dead. These bins really work out well for putting them in, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, he went into that bolt thrower, killed it, went off the board. We're just going to take that hill off because this is a death trap. I actually broke my spear chucker twice during the game, but that's what glue's for. So back to my side here, doing my best to pass animosities and charging. My black orcs are going to be going to the flank of the knights. That's finally going to be a fight I can win. This turn here is more just me failing my animosity, so my bunker had to charge into the Phoenix Guard, so, not where I wanted them. However, now I'm actually close enough to get off an easy Dwellers, and I'm going to Dwellers his big Swordmaster unit, and I'm going to kill Teclis. So you know what? If there was nothing else I did, killing Teclis was totally worth it. So I'm going to be killing a little bit more than half the Swordmasters, killed Teclis. I'm a happy guy. I'm about to get my butt kicked by Phoenix Guard, but hey, you know, I killed Teclis. That's something, right? Otherwise, of course, my shooting's still not doing anything. Doing some fights here with my trolls against the great swords. And whereas I'd hoped that I could smash these guys, 5 trolls just don't really have enough attacks. And the way that I charged away, I'm not within leadership range, so at least I got away. But, you know, I'm pretty sure my general's going to be dying this turn anyway, so yeah, now my core is falling apart. Yeah, bad time. So we're just going to be rolling over here with the knights. My great weapons will do fairly well, except for the fact that he brought over his characters. So he has one guy where I'm -1 to hit, and then he's also Grand Master with a ward save and stuff. So I actually don't kill that many, although I do win just by static combat res, but, you know, I fail to catch them because they're knights and all that fun stuff. Meanwhile, here on the left, I'm going to go and try and do my best with my boss and stuff. I'm going to be killing his unit champ, and I actually go and break him. So whereas I thought, like, oh, this is so bad because his Phoenix Guards are going to kill me, now it's bad because I chased him, failed to catch him, and now I'm being flanked by those sword masters that I just pissed off. So, yeah, that's going to go kind of bad. Meanwhile, his eagle's coming around just trying to either kill a bolt thrower or loot things. And, yeah, it looks like we'll have a little fast cav off there in the middle. Finally, they're kind of fighting there, where there's the 2 Pistoliers and all the Reavers coming, but their bows aren't going to do so well, apparently. He shoots some bolts into the back of the great swords, kills some of them. And otherwise, yeah, I'm going to be making a challenge with my war boss, and that's going to make me happy because he's going to take with his BSB, and then my war boss with the wizard hat kills his BSB there. So again, not doing too bad against the high health characters. You know, they all seem to be dying. Core heal's down, Checklist is dead, just killed his BSB. So yeah, not too bad there, although I'm just being slaughtered. Yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to break, but at least I'm going to get away. So that's not too bad, because I'll be safe on the other side of this hut here. I can try rallying. I have both my lords still alive. So on my turn, my trolls keep on running. Or do they run off? Can't remember. I think they were just off here on the side here. Either way, he goes into the building. He's going to loot that center one. So right now, the Empire do have one building more looted than the High Elves, but that's still going to be counteracted by the 2 points that the other player got from Super Orc. He's smashing here into my Black Orcs with Halberdiers, and he also has the Hurricaneum in the flank, so that's going to hurt. His Knights are going to try and make a mad dash away from my Orcs, just trying to go for things in the center. Captasis is still alive there too. I hit him once actually, and he had the Charm Shield. Hit him again, did just 2 wounds, so the guy's still alive. What can you do? Meanwhile, yeah, he's trying to do some more buffs and things at me. I'm pretty sure I shut them all down this turn, so that went pretty well. Doing some shooting into my trolls. You know, I take a couple of wounds or something like that. Then he's going to be fighting that fight still on the left side, still grinding down. You know, spearmen don't like going up against 1+ saves, but finally now, through combat res, the knights are going to break, and the Sea Guard they're chasing. Over here, impact hits, kills like 4 or 5 guys, so right from that I knew I was in trouble. You know, maybe if that didn't go well, but yeah, it did. He kills tons of Black Orcs. I'm going to go and do okay back and kill a good number of the Halberdiers, but it's just not enough. I lose. I'm going to break, and I actually got away, so that's not bad, except that there's only like 3 guys left that won't be able to really do anything. So yeah, on my turn, just kind of rallying and all that type of stuff. Failed the charge onto his little block of knights there. Tried charging the Night Goblins into his Hurricaneum. Failed that charge. I'm actually going to get something with shooting for the first time. Trolls fell off, by the way. Lords rally. But my shooting's actually going to kill the Captases. So yeah, I lied. My Spear Chuckers actually killed something. So woohoo! Trolls now outside of leadership range are going to fail and go up. I'm going to then use Hand of Gork to put my bunker there behind the greatswords, so I could try and get like one last big fun fight type thing. He does have the Witch Hunter in there, which, I mean, killing blow is always scary. But now we're at the point where things are actually pretty much settled. He's just really kind of moving up and killing, you know, chariots and stuff like that. But as far as point-wise goes, it doesn't look like any more of these huts are going to be changing hands, so it's probably going to be the way it is. So we're really just playing it out just for like the last little bit here. So as far as the high elves go, he's going to be, yeah, like I said, killing that chariot, looking good and strong there. And now we're on to the Empire side for his last turn. So he's going to go, and he's going to charge those Night Goblins, and they're dead. And also goes into the other Spear Chaka. It's going to be dead. He's going to take a few shots at my war boss. He's not going to wound. And that's really what he's going to pull off. I mean, of course, the Night Goblins are going to be crushed and all that fun stuff. But, yeah, that's really it. I mean, he kills so many of these Night Goblins. I try and stabby back, but what can you do, right? So, let's wait for him to kill my guys here. Poor Night Goblins. Why does everyone hate Night Goblins? You know, they just want to eat mushrooms and have fun. So anyway, now we're really getting to the last fight here. I charge in with my bunker. I'm going to be getting into a challenge against his Witch Hunter. And, yeah, I believe his Witch Hunter kills my war boss. So, as well as I was doing with killing characters, the Witch Hunter does his thing, kills my war boss, and that's going to be the game. Alright, so it's all done now. Super Orc is dead, so I lose. When it comes to holding the loot, the Empire held one more, but the High Elves killed Super Orcs, so they're going to be up ahead, so the High Elves are going to win. So what do you guys think about the mission? Do you think it was even and fair, or what do you guys think?
I don't think it was fair to you.
No, it's hard.
Well, I was supposed to be the punching bag. I mean, Super Orc is okay, but he can't beat White Lions. That was a bad matchup.
Yeah, true enough. If my captain had showed up there to fight you, well, that might have been different and given you some freedom to run around afterwards.
Yeah, or some fast cab or something.
Completely random too. I mean, I
Yeah,
lucked out by rolling a 1.
just something crazy and different.
It was awesome though.
What do you guys think about starting side by side? Do you guys ever think like you would have like the whole like standoff behind you, or screw it, let's kill some orcs?
It would have been hard to actually position. Like, he would have had to come this way, and I would have had to come this way at the same time in order to like try to.
Maybe if there was huts here,
Oh, okay, yeah.
right? Like if there was a reason for me to go over into his deployment zone for a hut,
Yep.
that would have
Really, it
that
came
would have
down
given
to
the incentive.
really it came down to battling for that one.
Mhm.
Like if neither of us had found a Super Orc, then we would have battled over that
It would
one.
have ended up there.
Yeah, it would come down to that one.
But still, having one over here would have given me an incentive to check the other one out.
Yep.
All right, but otherwise, you guys had fun?
Lovely
awesome.
times, yes.
All right. Well,
Cheers to you.
thanks for watching. Bye.